Welcome to the Legion Outriders podcast, your source for the latest Legion news, opinion, and analysis. And now, the Outriders.
Hello, Outriders, and welcome to episode 153 of the Legion Outriders podcast. I am Outrider Matt, and with me today is Outrider Dan. How you doing, Dan?
Outrider Dan, doing great.
Fantastic. Yeah. This month's Patreon Spotlight is, well, I think we've done this one before. It's hot and frosty. It's Zane, but says here, little known fact, he can appear on a podcast anytime he wants to. That doesn't sound right. Oh, crap. Hey, what's up, dude?
Oh, hey.
Through the magic of podcasting,
yeah,
we bring you.
Pull me live from anywhere. Yeah. No, yeah. Thanks for having me on, guys. This is awesome.
Yeah, really happy to have Zane with us today. We love recording with him and hanging out with him and chatting. And just awesome dude to have on the show. So we're really glad he could make the time to be with us here today. We got a little bit of Ewoks on the brain, a little bit running around.
A little bit of yub, a little bit of nub.
Nope, it's all yub, Commander. But we're getting more dribs and drabs of information. As did you realize that Ewoks actually haven't come out yet? Yeah, it feels like it's been forever, but haven't.
Yeah, because that was oh god,
easily
Extravaganza. Feels like a year ago.
Like Adepticon last year, right? Like year prior, I think is when we got those. The pictures of them were put up, I believe, somewhere around that time.
Yeah, it's been a while. And rumors of them have been just,
abundant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think episode 2 of the Legion Outriders podcast, people wishing for them, but
yeah, just back when Josh was wishing for Callus.
Oh man, what a disappointment he turned out to be.
Josh or Callus?
Oh.
Anyways, so welcome, guys. Yeah, we're glad to have everybody back for another episode for some Legion Outriding. Let's go ahead before we get further into the weeds, into the trees.
The trees of Endor.
Yeah. And let's talk about some news. Dan, what do you got for us?
Well, I don't know if you guys caught it, but I went to go see Return of the Jedi, the 40th anniversary edition, in theaters, and that was right in the childhood right there.
Oh man, I was actually planning to go, and then I was tired.
That's an appropriate response.
Like, you know what? I've seen the movie. No, I legit kick myself for not, getting stuff. But yeah,
I made a concerted effort on this one because I missed Empire because that was during the middle of the friggin' pandemic.
Oh,
yeah.
And
how was it seeing it in the theater?
Of course, it was the current special edition, the same version that's on Disney Plus right now.
So you had Hayden Christensen in there at the end.
So you had Hayden Christensen, you had Jedi Rocks and that. And then the thing is, on the big screen though, it's much more obvious where those added elements were added.
Really? Do they look cleaner or just
the late 90s CGI?
Oh.
Yeah.
But still, it's OG Star Wars, and that speaks to me the most of all Star Wars.
was it really good audio? Because
the audio was amazing.
You're watching a good Star Wars movie in the theater when the lightsaber clicks on and you feel your seat slightly vibrating with the hum of the lightsaber. Oh, that every time. Yeah, you're like, oh yeah.
But yeah, so I got a little bit of that the Ewok experience on the big screen.
That's right. How perfect is that?
Yeah. Other media, Jedi Survivor dropped.
It did.
I know it's been a little bit of a rough drop, but it did drop.
Yeah, that's kind of typical with, it seems like most games these days. I used to be the whole pre-order everything, download it, play it the night it comes out at midnight kind of thing. And I've kind of taken the backstep approach, and I'm like, all right, I'll let it release. I'll give it a month, let them get all the bugs taken out of it, and then jump into it.
Yeah. It's been okay for me. You know, I
That's
tried to stream it, but unfortunately, my system runs it okay, but not enough that it can run the broadcast studio and all that stuff to make streaming happen at the same time without just nearly imploding and melting down. So I haven't gotten as much time in and out on it as I would like to, but it's pretty cool. And I've been hearing reports that it's an absolutely fantastic story. Just the first act is, man, they pull out the stops on it. It's pretty epic. So I definitely recommend, if you get a chance to get it on, console if you're worried about it, I guess. But yeah, I like it.
I've been loving all the pictures coming out of all the different hairstyles and
oh yeah,
the Calcletus.
Yes. The Joe Dirt approach to Jedi.
Yes,
it's Joe Dirte to you.
Yeah. And you guys catch Visions, because that dropped as well.
Yes,
Season 2.
went through and watched that. Yeah,
I have not caught them just yet, but a lot of my friends who've seen them have had mixed reviews, which I think the first Visions kind of had the same thing. People were kind of like, this one and not that one, and this one, but I think that's the style. Is
I think the art styles are a little polarizing. Some people are going to really like certain ones.
Yeah.
Other people are going to like different ones. So
yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, it's same true to form as season 1.
Yeah.
Just a lot more variety. I really enjoyed the one from India, because that take on that Inquisitor.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah. Overall, I feel like the episodes were better than just as a whole. I think second season was a bit better. Okay. I definitely have my favorite in there, which is the Wallace and Gromit. They do it so good.
Is there? Is that just the style that they go with in that one?
No, it's the same studio.
The studio that does Wallace and Gromit.
Come on,
it's the same animation, and basically, dude, you need to see that.
Okay, all right, I'm excited. I'm excited to see this now. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
that's.
I think it's like episode 4 or 5. But yeah, there's some good ones in there, and there's some that are like, I could have. That didn't make any sense to me. Hey, more Star Wars is more Star Wars.
Yeah, more Star Wars, more Star Wars.
Yep.
Andor won a Peabody Award, which it deserves more, but still good to see that it's getting.
It deserves to get an award that doesn't sound like an accident.
Oh, Andor, you've had a Peabody. I'm so sorry.
Oh no! You said you wouldn't look. But yay, Andor. I'm glad to see it's getting, the love it deserves.
Yeah. And let's see, we got a new game announced.
Did we?
Yes, the Star Wars Unlimited trading card game.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Will be coming out in 2024. Again? Yep. Destiny 2 Electric Boogaloo. Now with 100% less dice.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Turns out dice manufacturing's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Trading card game.
Yeah.
But Star Wars.
It's also
didn't work last time, so maybe this time.
Well, it worked, for Decipher, and then it worked for Wizards of the Coast. And this is now what the second trading card game business model that FFG's done. So, hey.
And it's very interesting, too, because, you have the deck building game, which just released
it's so
in the last few months.
Which is good.
And then now you have the trading card game, so you're going to deck build and trading card, and you have all the cards. And
and on top of that, of course, Disney's releasing Lorcana, so Disney's having another trading card game come out at the same time. So interesting.
All your cards belong to us.
Yeah. So I'm sure we'll get some more hype when it's closer to release. We'll see if how much we can get our local game store here to cover it.
I do like the few cards that they just showed that just have the artwork on them. The artwork does look very cool. It's got a very unique style to it.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be very cool.
That they're not just recycling all the FFG Asmodee art that they've had for how many hundred games.
I've seen this Death Trooper somewhere before. Oh wow, this Obi-Wan picture looks very familiar. Yeah.
Maybe they do some screen grabs from Visions.
Oh man, I don't know if this is a new directive or not, because of course Shatterpoint, I know this isn't the Shatterpoint cast, but did their whole different art style as well.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there's some sort of internal directive, be like, yeah, this stuff's getting a little stale. Let's revamp the art.
Yeah.
Fair. Everybody's got their own spin. Put some zhuzh on it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for Star Wars stuff. But we do have some Legion events coming up.
Hooray! Events.
Yay.
What kind of events do we have that you are not going to be going to, Dan?
Oh. I could be convinced to go to SoCal Open in October, but that's
you should go to SoCal Open. You could come stay with me. It'd be great.
And I'm definitely going to LVO, in 260 days.
There it is. Zing.
Not if you never leave my house. Wow.
Oh, but yeah.
That's its own kind of misery.
He's got his own slave Leia lock up in the corner back
Ooh.
there.
Is that how you monetize your streams? But
Yes. Kidnapping for profit.
yes.
Okay, so what do we have coming up soon? We were just talking before the stream a little bit about some of the stuff. Bay Area Opens right around the corner.
Yep.
Yeah. We haven't reached out to Keegan in a while. We should see how he's doing, because I believe he's going to that one.
Yeah, I'm sure what Nima's going to be judging
Yeah,
that.
I think Nima's head guy for that. He's the
that's awesome.
the
He'll do a great job.
event coordinator or organizer, I should say. Yeah. That's May 27th through 28th. And then less than a month after that, on the other side of the country, Atlantic City Open is June 16th through the 18th.
Nice.
I know
That's the one you should go to, Dan.
Yeah, come on, Dan. Come on.
Come on. You go from Vegas to Atlantic City. There you go.
Yeah. It's like going from like Nar Shaddaa to like the underbelly of Coruscant. Like,
It's
Similar, but there's some differences.
This one's a bit more humid, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. But yeah, no,
Less slugs.
I know Brendan Smith from Inglourious Blasters. He's the event organizer for that one.
Okay.
Super cool dude. So I know he's going to
Nice.
have a great event going on there as well.
Right on. Okay. And what do we have after that? Then it's Lone Star, right?
Yes.
Which I've been to once. I missed last year because they were coming out to buy the house I'm in right now.
It's funny because the last Lone Star I went to was the one that Matt, you and I hung out at most of the time.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
So you're planning to go. I really want to go, so I'm going to see if I can grab a ticket and convince Holly that this is something that I should do.
Yeah.
Well, tickets for that are up now, so
Yeah,
if anyone is interested in going,
they are up.
they are available.
I actually got kind of promoted to be the event organizer for Lone Star because Patrick was originally going to be the event organizer, and then he had family function that he realized is the exact same weekend that he cannot get out of. And at Adepticon, him and I had talked, or maybe it was LVO, we had talked about like, I would come in and help him judge or do something like that, and he was like, do you want to take a bigger role for this? And this is what you would be doing. And I was kind of took a step back. I was like, oh man, like this is a huge jump. I'm going from like, only having judged a little to like organizing. And I was
Stonks, buddy.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Like I want it to be a great event. I want to make sure things fall into place appropriately. So yeah, let's do it. Let's get it.
Speaking
going.
of falling into place, I guess we're going to have you back in I don't know, several weeks to talk about stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Wow, that was easy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we're looking to make this like an 84 player event. Right now, the soft cap is at 64. As that cap gets hit, it will then get bumped up even more. FLG is really, really wanting to like make this one of the biggest events in the South for Legion so far. And I know as of the other day, when I was messaged, Legion had sold more tickets than 40K or AOS at that time.
Wow.
So, and we are close to selling out with what we have right now. So I definitely encourage everybody, like, if you want to go to Lone Star, jump on it.
I'm doing my part.
But we've got a great prize support. I mean, like, Turbo Dork, Army Painter, Fire and Ash are giving us they're doing some awesome deployment markers.
Nice.
I know.
TurboDirk's that paint company you were telling me about at LVO, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. They
Dan's got some.
Yeah, I got some,
If you're on the video cast for Patreons, then look at that.
it's not focusing, but yeah.
Is that the best car stuff?
That is Tin Star, which was the plan for my Dark Troopers to do them, T1000 style.
Nice,
all shiny.
That's what I used on my best car for Mando for Din. Used the brightest highlight with that Tin Star, and it looks chef's kiss. Very very
cool.
nice.
So one of the sponsors going out there. Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, and I know.
Can you tell us what kind of events are going to be at Lone Star?
We're doing just a straight up 6-round Swiss.
Okay.
Yeah, we've kind of. Me and Patrick were talking, as well as some of the other TOs that we're going to have, or some of the judges and stuff. And we were like, people love to come play Legion. And we feel like with the Swiss rounds, it keeps everybody engaged the entire time, because you're always playing someone of a same, experience as you are, same level that you're at with that. So we were like, let's just have people just play fun, competitive Legion for 2 days straight, and it's going to go with the tiebreakers. There's going to be the whole tiebreaker thing set in motion there, which I personally like. I like that there are multiple categories for this, because there's always those people that, they like strength of schedule and they like MOV and all this. And I feel like some of those tiebreakers kind of pull a little bit from a couple of those without straight, clubbing a baby seal with MOV kind of thing, you're like, I want to get these points. I want to, people want to play and they want to be engaged and they want to, try and do as best as they can. We're also looking at potentially doing a small bounty hunters guild kind of side event going on. I know we had done that at LVO.
Yeah.
Well, not this past year.
We have
not this past year. Yeah, I missed the bounties this last year, but the year previous, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I've been talking with John Griffin, who's been trying to get something steamrolling with that, and so I think we're gonna kind of do a little soft bounty hunters guild launch with that to see how that goes before he tries to really ramp it up for Gen Con, which is coming in August, I believe. So should be
nice.
Fun.
So 6 rounds over 2 days, so 3 rounds a day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No cut.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So
nice.
It should be great. Yeah.
We shall do the thing. All right. Well, thanks for that impromptu look into the Lone Star Open. BAO's happening. Whatever. Who cares? We don't have anybody from BAO here. Sorry, Nima. So. Okay, and then there's some other stuff happening in the fall. We'll address that when it gets closer. We already talked about SoCal Open, all that stuff. Okay, cool. Well, those are your big events in the open circuit. What else do we have, Dan?
Well, I mean, as far as events, we had the what was that one you brought up before the show, Zane?
Yes. The guys in Indianapolis, they have the Indy Open. Is going on June 16th and 17th. It's a Indy. It's a Friday, Saturday event. It's going to be a 2-day Legion event from what I see here. Room for up to 64 players, 3 rounds Friday and Saturday with the top 2 on Saturday. With the top 2 on Saturday if needed. So
nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And do we have any actual Legion release stuff on the horizon? Any news there?
Ewoks,
right? Okay, so that's what we're here for, right?
Here's something that we haven't put out there yet, and actually I didn't tell you guys Ewoks release 7/21, right? That's July 21st.
Okay.
Lone Star starts July 22nd.
Oh,
if you can buy your Ewoks, get them assembled, paint them to a 3-colored standard, and bring them to Lone Star, you can play them at Lone Star.
There's your Ewok ambush. Nobody's going to see that.
Exactly. So if you can get them and get them painted and bring them to Lone Star, then you can fully field some Ewoks for Lone Star.
You're an Imperial. You're with your Blizzard Force. You're out on patrol.
or
suddenly
Tempest
the trees
Force
start speaking yub.
Yeah, you hear the trees. You can't
very good. See, Dan, we don't know Tempest Force yet, so I was trying to emulate what somebody would be playing at an event. So it would be.
Well, I'm sure there'll be previews by then. The TTS people will get it all up and running by then. I'm sure people will be fully practiced by the time they come out.
Yeah, yeah, we got some of the cards which we'll be talking about. Anybody doing hobby stuff in the meantime? Building up, getting ready for stuff. Dan,
well, I've been showing off on our, the Outrider patron Discord. The Batu table grows. Ronto Roasters has been completed printing. Haven't been able to paint anything yet, but I'm trying to negotiate some favors at the store for people that have airbrushes to try and get this whole table done. But yeah, of all the parts of this building, and this is I think this is one of the largest buildings I have printed. I added up all the hours needed to print all the parts, and it came out to 131 and a half hours.
Wow. As far as printing goes, that seems like a lot.
Yeah, well,
in reams of paper, how would you explain this?
Would you say it used a bushel of plastic?
Well, I can go back and pull my files here, see how many grams of plastic it actually is, but now that's.
All right.
I went through a solid 2 spools of filament with that thing. So.
What was your plan for this one? This is going to be your non-Star Tours board. Is the Batu table?
Yeah, so table 2 is the Batu table. I'm actually have so many buildings printed so far for it. It's actually getting crowded on the early tests of putting the table together. So.
Very nice. Zane, I know you've been laid up with an injury.
Yeah.
Wait, how did you do that anyways?
So the end of February, I went to Disney World to run
that sounds nice.
Disney Princess half marathon. And I actually dressed up as Princess Leia. I had tutu, I had
Disney
buns.
Princess.
I was rocking.
We must have pictures of this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's professional pictures out there. Yeah.
Really?
Course pictures, mid-run, sweaty, just full on. Yeah, I had a shirt that said "Suns out, buns out."
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I wound up kind of having an ankle injury from so many days at Disney, and then running the race, and going back to Disney and having another full day. And I've been kind of doing a hodgepodge of painting and assembling stuff across all games, from MCP to Infinity to Legion. I got my Dark Troopers assembled, primed. I plan on using, actually, Turbo Dork has a really cool like black metallic paint that looks very nice. I think I'm going to try that on them.
Oh yeah, it does. The Turbo Dork booth that was at LVO, I was talking with the guys there, and when I mentioned, I'm going to paint up my Dark Troopers, and they actually just went straight to that bottle and handed it to me, and I'm like, no, let me do something. I'm going to do something silver. So it talked me into the Tin Star, and I bought it there.
Yeah, but I actually, I've actually been putting together getting a lot of things assembled and just ready to be painted. So,
great plastic is perfectly acceptable. I mean, other than the scientific fact that painted models do roll better dice.
That is proven.
It is known. They make their saves more often. That's right. I myself have done absolutely nothing. I've started to build. So I did. So I was actually lucky enough.
Yeah, you assembled a new house. That's what you
basically.
Yes, and I've started building. If you guys didn't see, I got to do for our sister podcast for Chatterpoint. I got the starter box for Shatterpoint and was able to start building those guys, and it's been pretty good. I know some issues. Some people have been having issues with mold lines. I haven't really noticed it too bad, so I'm guessing it's.
Yes, because
box dependent.
Our local game store got their demo copy in, and Outrider John is, of course, prepping, building, and painting that up. And he's been reporting that there actually have been pretty substantial mold lines on the models he's been working with.
Wow.
Yeah. But he's a big girly man, so yeah, we'll be talking more about that on the other episode. I think we're going to try to record this weekend, but. Otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it there. But okay, so we got these Ewoks, we got cards to look at, and speculations to make. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, Outriders. Matt, Dan, and Zane here, and we're putting our squinty glasses on Got some blurry images to talk about.
Hey, one image that isn't blurry for all you people on the Outrider Patreon is this
Ah,
Oh yes.
that is so
lovely,
sexy.
lovely
Wow.
picture.
So
So for those with the audio only version, this is a beautiful poster.
that was that I'm sure you can
FFG
Google
art,
right now, but
AMG art.
this is Paplu's Wild Ride. That was a poster given to you when you were at Adepticon. How was Adepticon? That was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, never mind.
It was great. It was great. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
it's a cool poster they gave us. Whole stack of them, and people were just like, take them.
Now, of course, my conspiracy theory mind is going, AMG had to commission this art. So there's got to be a reason for that. So there's got to be a project or a product that has an Ewok on a speeder bike.
I mean, can you imagine how much fun that would be to model a speeder bike with Paplu just holding on by the handlebars?
Yeah, I mean, so one of the things we're going to talk about is the General Weiss and Chewbacca toppers for ATST. I need a Paplu topper
for your 74,
yeah,
your 74Zs,
yeah.
I mean, it's hard plastic. They could do that. And I'm sure those, little spindly handlebars won't,
that would actually
be harder than B1 heads, right?
Yeah,
that'd be a fun little scenario to do. Just
like a little OP kit, probably.
Yeah, a little 74Z speeder chase through the forest.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I had actually thought of a fun side event where you would people could basically race speeder bikes. Nice. you know how at events we usually have like everybody's back to back all the way down like 4 or 5 links of tables.
Yeah.
You basically start on that short edge and you fly all the way through with like points in each map that like you get boost for, and you basically roll a black dice, and depending on what you get, you either go 1, 2, or 3 speed. And if you're in like range of one of those points, that you get your full speed as you go through those checkpoints.
Wow, so 24 feet of table. That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
you got a little Legion kart action.
Yeah.
We'll need to come up with some play on the Bunta Eve Classic or something.
Yeah, the two-headed guys. Double the hut. Yeah.
Dude, that would actually be cool. Anyways, okay, so let's see. We've got these cards. They were revealed. We've seen. Oh boy,
we got boxes.
We got boxes too. Yeah, the boxes were the new hot, right?
What's in the box?
Well, I'll tell you what's on the box.
Well, according to the back of the box and the contents.
Who can squint real good right now? What do we know?
Well, like you mentioned earlier, Zane, pre-orders for several boxes of Ewok stuff have gone up, and their pre-orders are for 7/21.
Yep.
Let's see. We have a Wicket and Logray Commander pack, I think it's core unit of the Ewok Skirmishers, and a new ATST box.
Yay! Okay, and we were about to have a virtual fight online about this. Dan says this is the first ATST in hard plastic. I say it is not. It might be a slightly different plastic.
Place your bets right here, folks. Is it hard plastic? Is it soft plastic? What's
we'll
it going to be?
See who was right and who is dead. So the ATST, the OG one, it came. It was already snipped out, but it's still hard plastic.
It's 2018. They were all using the same plastic back then.
No, they weren't. So this is a very different plastic than the little soft, squishy stormtrooper hand guys. It's a rigid plastic, and plastic glue works on it.
Does it work on it? Because I only use super glue on mine.
I was
like, okay, that is a test.
Yeah,
I will get my unpainted second ATST. Yeah, I'll put a drop of plastic glue on there and see if that holds.
We'll wait. Go get it. You
guys
might want to go get a drink.
Yeah. Pour yourself a nice cocktail.
All right. Well,
but this is actually the hard plastic ATST is something I brought up back at the Blizzard Force box when that was announced. I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity to update some models. And I'm assuming they use the Blizzard Force box. Again, my conspiracy theory brain here, just to all that back inventory of old ATSTs that they had, probably just to get them out into product and get them on shelves. But yeah, I'm loving what they're doing with this. I'm feeling now I'm going to have to purchase my third ATST.
Well, yeah, because you got to get the awesome toppers that come.
Yeah,
I mean
so
that's you get a full on Chewbacca, and then you got General Weiss directing orders there. So
which look, I'm sure the paint jobs, man. Remember back in the days when they would release new figures and the paint jobs were just not the best. Well, that's gone because these look amazing.
Yeah,
yes.
they're very cool.
That is a heroic looking Imperial officer.
Yeah, and the white white gray uniform with like the fade, like it looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just fantastic. I lost my link that you had sent me, Dan. I don't know if you can post that, but as I recall, he's pointing off into the future, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, he's got the full on
holding binoculars in one arm.
Yeah, he's like, here we go, troops.
He looks like a recruitment poster, is what it is.
Yeah.
The Empire needs you on the forest moon of Endor.
And Chewie looks fantastic.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
It's okay. So we have another Chewbacca. A new Chewbacca has entered the fray. We can't run both, clearly, because he can't do both things at the same time, which is crazy. There's been a few things noted about Chewie's card that might set it apart from the normal ATST. Do Rebels make ATSTs better? Yeah, I think
Ewoks, considering this is not actually able to be taken in Rebels.
Yeah,
as a mercenary unit.
That's
those
a good
two little,
point.
So it's got the
two gray gray dots there,
and he's got the bright tree symbol in his corner instead of a rebel symbol. So
right, that's a good point. So we are waiting to hear about. We're expecting 2 battle forces. We know that the Ewok one is coming out, and it's going to be Ewoks and Falcon Crew and that kind of thing. We could speculate to the rest of the list. But so we have, and then probably Tempest Force. Have they actually confirmed?
They dropped that name way back at the same time they announced Ewoks. So there's been no word of them since then, at least not that I've heard of. But I'm curious how they're going to separate Tempest Force from Blizzard Force, considering it's obviously going to be ATST focused and speeder bike focused.
Well, you probably get to take E-Webs in Tempest Force and not 74Zs because that's how Blizzard Force was. Remember, it was
so the things we saw on Endor versus the things we saw on Hoth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. No, so obviously there'll be more Scout Trooper focus.
Scout Trooper Corps would be interesting if they went that route.
I think it'd be cool if you had the Scout Troopers be a core unit,
or do something like Imperial Remnant, where you take a few of them, or they count as core for army building, or something like that.
Yeah.
And of course, the best thing that could be potentially in Tempest Force. Who else was on Endor at that time, thanks to Battlefront 2? Yes, Inferno Squad, my boo Iden.
Man, she gets around. Not like that.
Well, I mean, she bats for both teams. She's a rebel.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about anything after the second mission of Battlefront 2. Anyway,
rebel.
We talk about the novel, the book, and the first 2 missions.
Maybe you do, a revisionist history major.
Very curious to hear how Tempest Force is going to work out. But as for the Chewbacca card,
let's talk about that guy.
It is a great card.
Yeah, I mean,
it looks
interesting design how they took with the ATST. Squinting looks like 190 points.
Yes, that's what I see. Yep.
And everything that's on a normal ATST, so armor, Arsenal 2, weak point 1 rear. 2 new interesting things, though. Of course, we already knew about Incognito. Nothing to see here. Another ATST.
What you should do, somebody needs to do this out there, is take this ATST and put some Groucho Marx glasses and fake nose on there.
With the fake nose and mustache.
That'd be a great way to just ruin
a little
$70 model
cigar hanging out the side of it. It's like a burning tree from Endor.
Yeah. And Inspire 3. It's apparently a Wookiee and an ATST is very inspiring.
I'd be inspired by that.
Yeah. I saw that thing get hijacked. To be like, okay, we're doing this.
Hey, we've got a Wookiee and armor. All right, let's go.
No upgrade slots at all.
Well, you got to think. The time he had to steal an ATS, he didn't really get to go swing it by the garage.
I want this part or this. Yeah.
It is actually more. So, like, when you take the Imperial ATSD, is 155 points currently. When you add in the grenade launcher, the mortar, the twin light blaster cannon, it comes to 178 with those added onto it. So this is slightly more pricey, but like the stuff you get already on it with Inspire and Incognito, like that's just awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and it says just the main cannon, the twin light blaster, and the grenade launcher. So no mortar on the Chewie ATSD.
Okay.
Because it's got all the add-on weapons are built into the card itself, as opposed to. And we don't know if this is a typo, but the twin light blaster. I didn't mention this. All the weapons have melee icons on them.
Yes, that was. Say that. So it helps when you're trying to sneak up and be, inconspicuous and like, haha, I'm actually Chewbacca.
Grenade launcher down your throat. Yeah.
So does that mean we're gonna have an ATSD Rock'em Sock'em Robots like a melee fight or what?
If you play both Rebels and Empire, you need to paint one as a blue ATST and one as a red ATST.
So many horrible modeling ideas coming from the podcast today.
This Chewbacca ATST surges to crit, unlike the
oh my god,
the Imperial one, which just surges for defense. So it's like, man, that's
Hammer Pilot.
It's a dice pool. Yeah, that's true.
I know people like Weiss as well, but I always like to run the
Hammer Pilot.
But the Hammer Pilot is just a search to hit. He's not a search to crit though. So.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, you've got.
There is no pleasing you, Mr. Zane.
I want you to tell me what you want, sir.
So an Imperial ATSD with the Hammer Pilot, Twin Light Blaster, Grenade Launcher only is 183 points. So pretty close. I mean, so
this
you
seems
get
like
the
a
crit.
bargain. Then you get for 7 points, you get Inspire 3 and Incognito
and Surge crit as opposed to hit, as well as melee for your 2 cannons, which is great.
Well, and how kind of great is it to not have to figure out what you want to kit on this, because if this unit card is exactly accurate, you can't add anything on here. This is it. So it's like you're just like, I'm gonna take that Chewie ATST. It's
the Henry Ford approach to ATST design.
We built it first and we built it right. See.
Contents of the box is 1 plastic miniature, 2 unit cards, of course, one of the Imperial one and one of Chewie, 6 upgrade cards. So it's got to be the 3 weapons for the Imperial version. The other 3 cards, I'm obviously Weiss because he's in the box, so that's 4. But I'm assuming the other 2 ground vehicle pilots for the ATSD.
Yeah, that's what
Armab and the Hammer Pilot.
That's 5.
No, that's 6. So that's 3 weapons, okay. Weiss, Armab, Hammer Pilot. That's my speculation on that.
Yeah, I'd say it's fair.
Yeah. So next when I am out at the game store this weekend to not only do our monthly Legion event, but also our first Shatterpoint demos. I'm going to be throwing money and saying pre-order, please.
That's a whole lot of Star Wars for one weekend there, Dan.
Yes.
Most impressive. Okay. Did we get anything else recently? I know we had the 3PO, the Golden God. Did we have those Wicket command cards previously?
We had the generic
partials.
The generic Bright Tree Village cards were shown at Adepticon as well.
Right.
We talked about them on a previous episode.
Yes. But wasn't there some on the back of...
so the Wicket and Logray box.
They're doing Wicket and Logray together. Okay.
Yes, as one. Well, I mean, they're small, so not a lot of plastic. So I guess it's like why you're
They are
getting 2
very
Grogu's in
tiny.
a box.
The box is not going to be this big. It's going to be about like this big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a little blister like.
Yeah, blister pack of.
Y'all remember those little coin op things? You get the little clear eggs with the toy inside.
Yeah.
That's it.
This is going to be Legion events in the future. We're going to have those toy dispensers that you can put a quarter in and like turn it, and you get like Ewoks or something out of it. Like
the business opportunity. I'm thinking the amount of money we can make on these.
Wow.
Sorry, getting the wheels turning up.
Anyways, yeah.
Anyway. So you do get also, if you already have your ATSDs, the Chewbacca ATSD card also comes in this box. So you are not beholden to buy a giant. Actually, I didn't actually look at the price. I'm like, yes, I'm buying it. Not even like $65 box.
Yeah,
just to get this card.
65. Yep. Okay, I guess 70. So I'm not.
Yeah, so if you've already got like 6 ATSTs hanging around, then just get the
7.
Buy the 7th one. There you go. Yeah,
and if you're running Ewoks, you're buying this box anyway.
Oh yeah.
So, but this box also has the C-3PO Golden God card, which we've seen before. And
are we not getting a new model for 3PO on that one? I need a floating throne 3PO.
I'm sure the 3D modeler, 3D printer people will have that immediately. But in this box is 2 plastic miniatures, so it's looking like it's just Wicket and Logray. 4 unit cards, so that's Wicket, Logray, Chewie ATSD, and C-3PO. 8 command cards. Got a lot of command cards here.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that is a lot.
And on the back of the back of the box, I should say, shows one of those new cards we haven't seen yet.
Hooray!
It's called A Beautiful Friendship, and it's a Leia card. So Leia has to be the nominated commander for it. Issues orders to Wicket and Leia. And for what we can read, I got permanent. Wicket gains teamwork, Leia. When a Bright Tree Village command issues orders, you may choose a friendly rebel unit at range 1, and then it's cut off.
And they have a party. And they dance around, and they play bongo on Stormtrooper helmets.
Yes. So yeah,
permanent teamwork. I like that. That seems pretty cool.
Permanent is pretty awesome.
I got to bring back up the Wicket card. Actually, was there some sort of token generation on Wicket, or what would?
Wicket's got independent dodge 1.
Oh, true. So that's going to help Leia.
Yep. Sharpshooter 2, unhindered. Yeah, nothing else besides that independent dodge 1. So
yeah.
And I guess Leia's take cover a million will help generate a bunch of stuff. Then
you get a dodge, and you get a dodge.
You throw inspiring presence on her and just vomiting dodges on her.
Oh, and can you imagine? You have an incognito Chewie ATST with Inspire 3, and then you've got Leia there as well.
Oh, God.
I mean, the suppression mitigation is just awesome at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Yeah, that is going to be pretty crazy. I'm adding up the points in my head, and I don't know how you do it. So that was one of the things we were talking about in the Discord was like, okay, what would you expect to see in a Battle of Endor Rebels list? Because there's some big names in there. We got Han, who ostensibly should be, the commander of the mission. Maybe not the best choice, but and then OP Luke. You've got 2 different flavors of Chewbacca that you could pick from on this. Obviously, you go with the ATST. Goldenrod. We've got Wicket in there. What other named character? Logray, yes.
R2D2. You think if you throw R2 in there, you have the Chewie ATST that is line of sight blocking incognito that basically escorts R2 all the way to your enemy's deployment zone. Then R2 blasts off into your deployment zone and come back behind the ATST to be like, yep, you didn't see anything. There's nothing to see here.
Oh, God.
How crazy is that?
Oh, my
Plus,
goodness.
you have him to just repair the ATST as it gets hit. So,
yeah. Let's see. Who else is in there?
Well, you know how you can afford this, Matt. We're talking about cost. We saw the Ewok Skirmishers card on that that kit that they were showing off. I am blanking right now.
Yeah. The OP kit. Yeah, they
Yeah, that's
are 40
points.
and you get six core as your base unit there.
You're just flooding the board with stupid cheap.
Yeah.
I've seen cheaper.
No,
and plus,
Roger.
Yeah. But you've also got probably Rebel Commandos, maybe Rebel Troopers in there too. I don't know, man. There's it's going to be a pricey list. Very, very character heavy.
I mean, you're only, if you go all 6 core, you're only looking. It's only $240 for all.
Oh,
6
you're just going
points.
all skirmishers. You're all in.
Yeah, because they got
Rex, even though he was there too.
Now, of course, we don't have the Battle Force, Force Org yet. They could say that you can put 5 heroes in this thing.
This is just what you would expect to see in the list.
Yeah,
and probably some FD laser cannons.
Yep, because they snuck those in.
Yeah,
just the back, taped to the back of the shuttle.
I've got those painted in the perfect snowy forest scheme for sure. Yeah,
the high altitude Endor mountains.
Call in the artillery from the bunker on the mountain.
Was there anything in Battlefront 2 campaign for Rebels that we saw other than Inferno? I don't think they really added anything special there. Just more.
No, because the very first mission when you're on Endor, you're just blasting Rebel troopers and Ewoks.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And, as it should be.
So, isn't Shriv is more on foot in that game? Shriv Sirgov is that right?
Yeah,
so that'd be a cool. I know he's already like a commander for the AA5, or whatever.
He wasn't involved in Endor though. He didn't come into later missions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. He was with the Lando.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Okay, so obviously the Rebel list would be pretty self-evident with the characters in there. We've all seen the movie. The Empire gets a little stickier. What would you expect to see in a Tempest Force list?
Well, I think I mentioned most of it earlier. It's going to be your scouts and storms as your trooper units, of course. Probably some scout snipers. I doubt they'll have the saboteur, though.
Why not?
Okay, maybe you're right. Speeder bikes, of course. ATST, of course.
Death Troopers?
Ooh.
I don't know. I mean, Inferno Squad definitely will be in there.
Inferno, yeah.
But yeah,
would you put Vader in there?
No, Vader
he was technically there.
He went to go pick up Luke.
Because he went to pick up his son from daycare.
Yeah. He was running carpool that day.
Basically.
Yeah, he's like, I see you made a toy at daycare today. Look at it's green. How fancy.
Let's go talk to Uncle Palpatine.
Yeah, come on.
I'm just saying, one could make the argument.
If I remember correctly, during the initial Ewok announcement and Tempest Force announcement, they did mention that there would be a new ATSD pilot for Tempest Force, so I'm assuming it'll just be in the Battle Force document like they've done. Well, they'll just drop that unit card.
Well, why wouldn't they put it in with the other ATSD that's being? Could that be one of the 6? Are you high on the drugs, Dan? Maybe there
theoretically, but they could.
There are not weapon cards in there, Dan, because it's already pre-built.
No, for the original ATSD, the Imperial ATSD still needs the weapon cards.
Well,
yeah,
but you just buy that. Is this replacing the old one?
We're assuming this is like the Wookiee box, where it's the new.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was on something there.
Same, but different.
I was
same, but
there's
more and better.
Upgrade slots on that for Chewie, but okay.
Not for Chewie, but for
You're right.
Now you have quadruple laser cannon.
Yes. And the last box was the Ewok skirmishers, but we talked about them a bit. The only notable thing on there on the back of the card, 2 unit cards, but I believe they already mentioned that one would be a melee focused one and one would be a ranged focused, like the Wookiees are. Shooty Wookiees.
Get their crappy little bows.
Right. I believe they were slings. They mentioned
all model
pictures.
Right. There you go.
Yeah, all the model pictures are slings. But they do have, looks like one of the heavies is a guy with a big axe.
Yeah.
And there's the Trapper that got talked about before, too.
Yep.
That Trapper, though.
Interesting thing, 5 upgrade cards in that Ewok box, so maybe a few more heavy options.
Yeah,
that's very
who
interesting.
knows? It'll be curious because, man, we are just, it's not that far away.
Because
I expect we'll be getting more articles here soon.
I'm assuming that they're following the trend they've been doing lately, where any upgrade cards are only for that unit. They're not putting generic upgrades in these boxes.
Because I think they're trying to get those generic upgrade card packs out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how 5 upgrade cards. That's a lot of options for these little guys.
Oh, so to double back on that Imperial Forces, Pseudo in the Discord there's Imperial Army and technicians there at the bunker. How would you represent those?
I mean, unless they release the Andor style Imperial Army units.
That would actually be pretty neat if they ever did.
They were more like Death Star gunnery kind of technician-y.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe like the engineer upgrade for some of the squads, I
mean, it's the
mechanic dude.
The comms guy in the Imperial Specialists is that model essentially.
Yeah, because he's got the helmet with the dents in it or whatever, the holes in it and stuff.
Yeah, it's the Rebel helmet, but in glossy black. That's
work.
Yeah, the Rebel Trooper helmet.
Yeah. But a couple different ways they can go. Plus, who knows?
Looking forward to that though, because I'm curious to see. Like I said, I'm curious to see what command cards they could potentially put in it. Yeah.
I mean, right now, just like I just kind of added up points. If you get C-3PO as your commander. You have the 6 core unit guys that are just naked because we don't know what the cost is for the upgrade guys yet. The ATST, Wicket. I don't know. Do we have Logres?
No Logray card yet.
We have
we got the back of his card at Adepticon.
Yes, we don't know how much he is, but with the ones that we have known points of, with that stuff, it's 540 for all of that.
And that's how many activations? 8?
9. That's 9 right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So you could easily put in a couple of the characters then.
You just drop an ATST in that. There's your other 200 points.
Yep. Oh, you throw you throw Leia in there. That's another 90.
That list would be the perfect for a doubles event.
Oh yeah. That would be. Can you imagine how many would be on the board there? Because let's see, a B1 basic unit cost is 6 guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you're looking at basically the same thing of droids, but just organics on the board.
Man, oh man, yeah. So I wonder if counter B1 droid tactics would apply to dealing with Ewoks.
Oh yeah, flamethrowers all the way.
Yep. Oh yeah,
roasted teddy bears.
Yeah. Is somebody barbecuing? I'm getting hungry.
Oh god, burnt fur smell. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, we still don't see. At least I don't see a lot of flamethrower usage. Have you seen it out in the wilds there, Zane?
Not a whole lot.
Outside of like bounty hunters,
because people are teching the opposite. They're teching impact for dark troopers.
Yes.
That's why.
Yep.
That's fair.
Yeah, they want the range and they want the impact for it. So, but that, I mean, flamethrowers are something I think we could see come back around with this
that
for sure.
Ewok meta. Yeah. That'd be kind of an interesting. Yeah, we've got the tech for the dark troopers, and immediately the opposite side, just spam little fuzzy guys.
Yep. And I know, like, there's been speculation on like points updates or errata change or something here, because I said May 4th started the new season for everything, so they're supposed to come out with something like that. And I remember talking with a bunch of people at Adepticon and stuff, and we were all looking forward to Ewoks coming out and talking about like the current meta, and then Ewoks coming out and the meta shifts, and it's like, how much do you really want to change? Because that Ewok meta comes out and everything goes completely in opposite direction, and then you've just tweaked everything else. Like, are you just playing seesaw there rather than like, let's release Ewok meta, see where this goes, and then fix from there.
Yeah.
According to, and of course, this is always fun on the streams, where the person who runs the Atomic Mass Games Twitch will always drop little nuggets every so often. In a recent stream,
that's Anne.
Is it?
I think it's Anne. Well, at least part of the time it's Anne. But anyways.
But they did drop in a stream in the text, in the chat. Legion points update should be by the end of May. So the points update will drop before the Ewoks launch.
Do you know what I heard about the points drop, Dan? It's gonna be May. Got him.
Oh, that was so good. I was even like on the edge of
my.
my seat, like, what did you hear? What did you hear? It's gonna be May.
Okay. Well, any final thoughts? Just trying to glean through these nuggets as they come on out. These dingleberries clinging to the
just
backside of the Charmin
knowing
bear.
I have to buy another ATSD.
These are we're getting the dingleberry Klingons of the Charmin bears, essentially. Like, no, I'm super excited for this stuff. I love that they've already, with the OP kit stuff announced, already have alt art cards for these units. I mean, like, these things are going to fly off the shelves like hotcakes, and the fact that there's already these awesome alt art cards coming out for them is just is so cool.
Oh yeah, the AMG knew that Ewoks would be a huge seller and a huge fan.
Yep.
I mean, I think they're the only thing second to that is Gungans for demand out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely I think some of the coolest, like terrain you can see like coming out. I've seen a lot of people posting their Ewok boards. They're I'm ready for Ewoks. You got the treetop village and the catwalks and all that kind of stuff. Like I want to see somebody make the drums with all of the buckets, like the helmets.
Oh, there must be a file out there somewhere.
I want to see somebody make that, like have a dude like playing on them. I want to see
someone's going to mold, all the guys holding spears to have helmets on the end of the spears. And...
Yeah. I really want to see a Han Solo and Luke tied to the roasting. Like I think that would be awesome as just like on scene terrain. Just fun stuff from the movie like that.
Yeah, actually, looking back at these releases, I think the only hard purchase is going to be for people who want to run Ewoks is getting a hold of a 3PO, because you've either got to go with the escape pod or go with the Echo Base box.
Oh, that's
neither
so
of which are the relatively inexpensive boxes.
Yeah. Huh, that's a good point,
man. Yeah, I hope we get a an alternate scope of 3PO in the chair. I feel like, and like you think about it, Leia was in her indoor costume. Han was released in his indoor suit. Like, why can't we get 3PO in a throne chair? Like,
it's been building towards this for years.
And it needs to be on a flight stand. It needs to have like a little small flight stand. Yeah, he's got to be up off the ground.
They're not doing the clear flight stands anymore, so they got to do some tactical rockets.
Oh, that's true. It's going to be like fern bushes underneath him, and he's like up above the ferns.
Nice.
Or the little tiki torches they had all around up on the planes of that or something. I don't know.
That would be a great terrain piece. Is a Ewok tiki hut. That's like a tiki bar, and it's like that. It's got like a little bar.
3D modelers, get on that.
With like an Ewok like serving tiki drinks and stuff. Like that would be fun.
Oh man.
Okay.
That's amazing.
On that bombshell, I'd like to say thank you for everybody for tuning in. And if you have any news, questions, or feedback, you can email us at legionoutriders@gmail.com. Stop by our Facebook page where Dan will be studiously posting every Star Wars related meme he finds.
You overpromise.
I do. I just see what you do in the Discords, and I assume it's happening in Facebook too. But,
no, the Discord gets far crazier than our Facebook page.
Or you can find us out in the world. Zane, obviously you're everywhere all at once. I think they had a movie about you or something.
Yeah, I was everything everywhere all at once. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, but no, I'm. You can find me on Facebook on occasion, just saying Ferguson. On the Discord, Hot and Frosty. I actually started a Instagram painting account. It's called.
It's on the grams.
Yeah, it's Frosty's Figs. You can find it Frosties_Figs. And so I'm posting all the stuff that I'm painting on there.
I tuned in there and I was very disappointed. I was expecting some sort of like fruit-based horticulture going on.
Today on Frosty's Figs, we have this fig.
Dan, how about you?
It's either Dan Tech or Outrider Dan on the Discord. Also hanging out in your Twitch streams.
Thank you, which you can find at twitch.tv/captain_archer. You can find me on Discord as the same or as Outrider Matt. But thanks again, everybody, and we'll catch you next time, Outriders. Okay, I'm going to go watch Return of the Jedi.
This concludes the current episode of the Legion Outriders podcast. You may cultivate a tactical advantage by observing the Outriders on Facebook or Twitter at Legion Outriders. Wisdom advocates subscribing to the podcast. Acting otherwise is